Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today started skating when he was just 12 years old and was sponsored just 2 years later. He's quickly become one of the most notable and decorated skaters in the world, winning 8 medals at the X Games, including 4 gold. He's also an actor and wildly successful entrepreneur, Paul P-Rod Rodriguez. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. That was quite the intro.
Hey, you know, we got to welcome you. The best of the best. Your shoes, right off the bat. So cool. You got the off-whites on.
Yeah, thank you.
Do those just show up at your door these days?
These did. It's funny, when I got it, I started tagging people, and one of my friends at Nike hit me up after I posted the Instagram. They're like, that person didn't send it to you. You're on a seeding list. So whenever cool stuff comes out, it just goes right out to you. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Oh, wow. They're like, no, we sent those.
Yeah, we sent
that
those.
person.
I was like, oh, man.
We're going to get to all your Nike stuff in a second,
Sure.
but let's start with the skating first, which is how you got everywhere.
Yeah.
How did you originally start skating? Do you remember the first time you even got on a skateboard?
Maybe not the first time, because growing up in the Valley, there was one always around. But like when I really was like, hey, this is catching my attention, it was in 7th grade. I used to walk to school in the mornings, and there was this group of kids that would be skating in the parking lot, and I just couldn't help it. I was drawn to them. I was fascinated by how they jumped and the board stayed with them and how they could flip it and land. I was like, I have to know how that's done. So after a few weeks, I got some courage because I was really shy, and I talked to one of the guys, and he let me try riding it, and that was it. I was hooked.
Were you a natural right away?
No.
Really?
I was naturally in love with it right away, not naturally good by any means. It took a while, but that Christmas, I got a skateboard, and I just started hanging out with those guys and just trying to mimic what they were doing and learn, and I couldn't get enough. So
what you said right there is actually the thing I think of when I watch skateboarders, is like, how exactly do you flip and the board stays with you? How do you do that?
Now, it's been so long and I've been doing it so much, now mentally I can't even remember how to do it. It's like I can feel how it's done. I couldn't even explain it now. It's just like you pop, slide your foot, flick out, lift this leg up, let the board flip, and I don't know. I'd be a horrible teacher, because it's like, now it's just like programmed in. I can't even remember how to explain how to do it now.
Is it true you used to sleep with your skateboard?
Yeah. I still would if my girlfriend would let me.
Wait, why?
Nah, I'm just playing. I probably wouldn't now, but I did used to sleep with it all the time.
Every time
I got a new one,
someone was going to take it?
No, I just loved it. I like it, yeah.
Bonding time with the skateboard.
I would when I'd get new shoes, new skate shoes, anything, I would sleep with it. And then when I started getting sponsored, getting packages of free stuff, I would open the whole box and lay it around my bed and just sleep. I don't know, I was weird, but I couldn't get enough.
I could see why your girlfriend maybe wouldn't be cool with
like,
that.
All right, yeah, maybe not.
She needs some space in the bed.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So your sophomore year of high school, you decided to drop out.
Yes.
To focus on skateboarding. How did your parents react to that?
It took a couple years of getting my mom to come around on the idea. My dad, I don't know, he wasn't too worried about the idea of it, but I was begging my mom for like 2 years, like, Mom, I swear I think I can become a professional skateboarder, and if you let me take home studies, then it's going to accelerate my process. I can practice more, I promise you. And luckily the whole plan worked out, but it was mainly I just wanted to spend every day skating. So finally, after 2 years, my mom finally gave in, but I was just persistent. She wasn't into the idea at all, but I just bugged her until she gave in. So
at 19 years old, you go to your first X Games. So all that hard work obviously was paying off.
Yeah.
Do you still remember the moment when you got there?
Yeah, I remember it was on the side of the Staples Center, and they had the course all laid out there, and I just remember just being so excited to be there. All my favorite guys that I grew up watching were there, and I just remember being weirdly kind of calm. I was too naive to be nervous. Like, I didn't really care about winning or not winning. I was like excited. I got invited to be there.
Yeah.
And I kind of was just like weirdly calm and relaxed, and it just ended up working well, and I was able to go away with the win that year, and did not expect it, and it was a pleasant surprise. And yeah, just all those hours of skating just kind of kicked in, and yeah.
That's awesome. I can't even comprehend how you can do some of the things that you do. It looks physically impossible, and it looks like it probably takes a really long time to master some of those tricks.
Yeah, tricks.
Right, tricks?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you still want to master that you haven't been able to?
Too many things. There's so many. It's like, I always compare skateboarding to like learning an instrument. Like, you can never learn every song there is to play. You know, on skateboard, there's no end to the tricks. So it's just constantly learning. So, I mean, there's a million things. I couldn't even name one specific because there's too many, and even the ones you do learn, you're always constantly trying to hone them and get them better because there's always new obstacles to try them on, and it's like a never-ending list. Like some nights I can't go to sleep because I'm just sitting here visualizing things, and since I've been hurt and can't skate at the moment, I've been writing a list down, so when I get better, I'll have immediately a list of things I want to attack and go try and film and stuff.
How long does it usually take you to master a new trick?
Ooh, that depends on the trick, but anywhere from a couple days to a couple years. Depends on the trick, the obstacle, all kinds of different factors. But yeah, some tricks you might do it once here, once there, and it will be years until you finally get it like on command. So
people obviously started noticing you quite a bit because even Nike, you became the first skateboarder to have a signature shoe with Nike, which is
crazy.
Such an accomplishment.
Crazy, yeah, I trip out.
Did they say to you right away, like, we want you to collaborate with us on the shoe? How did that even happen?
Again, it was a weird, young, naive thing. I had this dream in mind of exactly how I wanted my pro career to be, and my dream was you have to have a signature skateboard and a signature shoe. And I was writing for another brand at the time that was a small like skateboard brand, and I actually had samples of my signature shoe in motion, and I was already skating them and testing them. And then Nike came and asked me if I wanted to join the team. They brought me up to the campus out in Beaverton. I was up there. They walked me around the whole place. They wowed me. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And when it came time to like do the deal, my manager called me up, told me all the specifics of it, and I was like, okay, sounds good. I was like, but am I getting a shoe? And she was like, well, no, they're not going to do any signature shoes for anybody.
Wow.
And I was like, I can't do it then. I was like, I just can't do it. That's my dream. If I don't do a signature shoe, then my dream's not complete. And lo and behold, they came back and said, okay, fine, we'll do it.
Wow, good for you.
I wouldn't have the courage to do that now. But at the time, it was just like, 18, 19 years old. I was like, sorry, this is just my dream the way I see it. It's got to be that way.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
And they really let you have the input on the shoe?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. They teamed me up with a designer. Most of the time, it's like a different guy each shoe, and they start picking my brain, asking me what I'm into, trying to figure out, where I'm at that point in life, and they come up with drawings. They draw a bunch of them, and I'll tell them like, oh, this is kind of cool, or this is cool, or can you combine these two? And then eventually we come up with the drawing, and then they make a sample, try it, skate it, test it out. It's like about like a year process.
That's so cool, though, to say that you're the first skateboarder to have your own shoe with Nike.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, I thank God every day. It's crazy.
Check out our YouTube channel, FairGame on FS1, to catch all the best highlights of our show. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.